Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jan Race coming at you guys with another video, man. Now, I ended up missing an upload yesterday just because of the simple fact, sometimes, as you guys know, if you even search it up, there's an issue where you can connect to your Wi-Fi and your internet will be working, your PS4 will be working, but it just won't sign into the PlayStation. So I had to take the day off because of that. It literally didn't work all day, and then today when I woke up, it was all better. So we back on that grind, man. You already know. But as you guys know, there was just a private event the other day. I released a video on it, and there's a lot of videos going around about that gameplay footage that a lot of YouTubers had. Just a lot of 2K19 news in general. Like, it's that time of the year and that time of the month where we start speculating on 2K, and a lot of articles start coming out. Don't believe the Reddit articles. Those are very fake. Those are incorrect. Those are just assumptions from people. But I do have an article right here from Game Informer, and this is actually legit. This is actually 100% legit. So yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. And this is 8 exciting changes coming to NBA 2K19's gameplay. Now, what 2K does a good job of, they do an awesome job of promoting, hyping up the game. That's what they're so good at. Now, if they can just use that same energy they use to hype up the game, invite YouTubers and bring back the community and all this and that, and they put that into the gameplay, we will have maybe one of the best 2Ks of all time. And I'm not saying it's gonna be like that, but I'm saying if they put the effort in that way, then we're gonna have a good product of a game. So basically, finally, we're getting some news about gameplay. Now, this is from Game Informer. I'm gonna leave the link in the description down below, so if you guys want to read over the article yourself, then do so. But since I'm coming at you guys with the article myself, I'm not gonna read the entire thing, but I'm gonna read bits and pieces of it, and basically I'm gonna highlight them myself, like the key things that matter, and I'm just gonna go over it. And as I'm talking about this, I want you guys to watch the gameplay, so if you guys might see any similarities and what they're talking about, like how the paint defense is terrible, or dribble animations, or anything you see, okay? Anything you guys see. But let's get right into it. The first thing, now they do have an introduction, but I'm gonna let you guys read that. It's not really nothing talking about gameplay, so I'm gonna get right into the 8 excited things. So number 1, the new Takeover system. One of the more noticeable changes coming to NBA 2K19 is a new game system that celebrates the idea that any NBA player can take over a game at any time. Think of this takeover concept as a more nuanced take on the on fire system from the arcade classic NBA Jam. Okay, so basically what this is like the Grand Badge from 2K17. This is like the Grand Badge basically. Now, the way the takeover works is players of each archetype have unique ways to exert their dominance in a game. For instance, playmakers take over by setting up teammates, and rim protectors change the trajectory of a game, locking down the paint. So basically what this is the same thing as the Grand Badge. If you're a playmaker, you're gonna do whatever. But the interesting thing right here, to me, the interesting thing that I see from just skimming over this article right here, is that it says that, like, if you're a playmaker, if you get your Grand Badge, it won't just allow you to boost every single one of your stats. No, and that was a mistake that they made with the Grand Badge, and I think that's why they probably took it out for 18, so they could probably like redo it and bring it back for this year in 19. But the problem with getting badges, your Grand Badge in 2K17, was it kind of allowed you to like make any shot you really wanted to. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna miss some shots because it's not gonna make you 100% sure to make a shot. But what the Grand Badge's main purpose is if you're a playmaker, you're not just gonna start raining down threes. As it says here in the articles, you won't just start raining down threes. Instead, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get a boost to your dimer, and you're gonna get a boost to your ankle breaker and like your playmaking badges. So keep that in mind. So if you're a rim protector and you get your takeover system, or whatever, if that's what they're gonna call it, whatever they're gonna call it, on fire system, then you're not just gonna be able to start draining every mid-range you take or whatever, or doing things out of your archetype. I think 2K is trying their best to balance out the builds, and this will definitely help. It's a good way. But it says here, holding the left bumper button, you can check where all your players on the court are at in terms of activating their takeover. It says that all players can activate their takeover out all at once. So this might mean in play now you can activate your takeover for the entire team if they're all hot, I'm assuming, or even if you're on like walk on or the park, or even the rec center. They might be coming back with the rec center. I'm not gonna say that's confirmed. I don't know. I'm just hearing certain things, certain clues. They might be coming back with the rec center, or they might be coming back with some more game modes, like some new game modes. We have yet to see that, but it says yeah, that's pretty much that for the takeover system. So basically, they're bringing back the grand badge, just a little bit more advanced. You're gonna be able to see your teammates when they're ready for their grand badge, basically, and you might be able to do it in the park, pro-am, all that. So on to the dramatically reduced clipping. Now what this is the switch to the new motion system in NBA 2K18 brought some unexpected problems. Immersion was often shattered due to excessive clipping, where limbs, heads, and basketballs morphed through players' bodies, making it worse. These rough animations weren't just limited to the high traffic areas. We saw them in one-on-one situation on the perimeter as well. Now Mike Wayne admits that this was embarrassing. So basically what I'm getting from this is like blow-by animations, the ball flying through your hand when you perfectly time for a steal, all these things. Yeah, it says arms reacted naturally to contact and bodies slammed into each other instead of clipping through. Okay, so that's they're trying to update that. I'm trying to read this as we go along. There was a bug that we didn't find until very, very late with collision detection. That's another thing that we're working on now. We're spending a lot of time trying to make sure you can't go through players and stopping them when you're trying to run into guys. Okay, interesting. That's pretty interesting. So they're trying to limit. Basically, what this is basically blow-by animations. The ball going through players' bodies, which is so unrealistic. So they're trying to make it more realistic when the ball hits your hand, or if you get a deflection, it's gonna generate the deflection, or you won't just be able to blow by people. Okay, that's pretty much it for that. The rebuilt system. We've built. Okay, so basically what this is, the rebuilt stealing system is dribblers will not be able to just dribble in front of defenders with no worries. They're gonna have to be a lot more careful, and this is gonna open up a skill gap. Now obviously we can't say that this is 100% true, because 2K says a lot of things every year that they try to work on, and then they always add that one system to the game that just screws everything up. So we can't really be too excited. We have to see it to believe it, but we're just going off what they're saying right here. So they said we've all been in a situation defending off ball and see an opportunity to swipe at an unprotected ball, yet nothing happens when we press the steal button. Visual Concepts has wanted to re-examine the system for a while now, and finally had the time to address it in NBA 2K19. So successful steal opportunities are now governed by a zone system that judges vulnerability. Jesus Christ, I can't say that word. Vulnerability. Oh my God. Defenders who recognize prime stealing opportunities where the ball is exposed during open body hesitation dribbles, and when post players aren't protecting the ball from secondary defenders, for example, will be rewarded for their smart timing. So basically, if you're a post player, you won't be able to just simply post all day without getting the ball stolen from you, because that's just unrealistic, man. In real life, you can poke at the ball, you could foul the person, but for some reason in 2K18 this year, they didn't allow you to do that versus post players. And a lot of the times, dribblers, anybody could just dribble in front of you. Even people that didn't have handles was able to just dribble right through you. So they upgraded the steal system, so you will be rewarded for stealing the ball at the right time, or timing the steal at the correct time. So that's that for the stealing system. That's going to be rebuilt. Now, returning skill to one-on-ones. Last year's new motion system made it easier to blow by defenders with speed, but it went too far. Even lockdown defenders could be taken right off the dribble with startling regularity. Okay, now this right here was a very, very huge issue, and this was one of the things that played a huge part in people just quitting 2K. Now, the blow-by animations, man, like it was extremely difficult, man, especially if you're guarding a playmaker, or a playmaking sharpshooter. that can shoot the ball and they can blow by you. Like, as a defender, you're just put on no man's land because you can't do a thing. You know what I'm saying? You really couldn't do a thing. It was pretty upsetting that they had this in the game. It was like there was no skill gap required for this. There's no skills required for this, man. But it also says that defenders also can't just rely on holding the left trigger to be in the ideal situation to contest a shot. The automated contest system has been removed, so defenders need to actively get a hand in the shooter's face by using the right analog stick if they want to affect the shot. So you're gonna have to play defense on your own, man. I don't think that's really too much of a problem. As long as we're in front of a defender, we won't really have to contest a shot. Once we're in the defender's face, they're gonna pretty much be contested. So don't really stress over that too much. But it also says that offensively, the dribblers have some new tools at their disposal, as well as flicking the right stick, activate signature walking size up. Wang also says good ball handlers should find NBA 2K19 a lot more responsive and fluid in terms of branches and combos. So they're ever trying to evolve the dribbling motions. That's pretty good. So they're gonna get rid of the blow-bys, man. It'll definitely make the game more balanced, and that's pretty good. Unique street ball moves. Basically, all this is right here is they've added a lot more. Now this is only for park. They didn't say anything about park playground yet. It says street ball moves. So when you're in the park, playground, whatever, specifically for the park, there's gonna be a lot more dribbling moves. They brought in a lot of street ballers to do a lot more pretty like off the Yeezys, off the head, nutmeg, all that stuff. So shot meter improvements. Now you guys, I know you guys seen the shot meter, the new shot meter. You're able to use the 2K18 shot meter, but it's like a little bit longer in length. You also are able to use the 2K17 shot meter, but they did update it. The meter starts from the left, from like 50% from the left and 50% from the right, and you have to like make it come to the middle and release your trigger just in time as it hits in the middle. That's a pretty good shot meter that they've come out with. So you're able to use either the 2K18 shot meter, 2K17, or you can use both of them at the same time, or you could even turn your shot meter off if you don't want it. So that's a really good thing, man. And stronger interior defense. Going into the paint won't be such a breeze in NBA 2K19. When moving into high traffic areas, the new stealing system gives bigs awareness to swipe at the ball. So basically what this is, they just updated the interior defense, and this is awesome. This is great because the paint defense was just non-existent. They just gave players whatever they want inside the paint, and it was really annoying. Interior defense was really rough last year. Mike Wang says, when we went to the new motion system, we ended up taking out a lot of the multi-actor animations that we had in the past, so it made it really tough to protect the rim. That's why there were so many missed layups. It was kind of a band-aid to fix all that because you could pretty much get them at will. So basically 2K basically made the game like that, where you were gonna miss a lot of layups because the paint defense was just not where they wanted it, basically. So they ended up putting like a band-aid on it, you as he just said, to like basically cover up the bad interior defense. So that's why we were missing a lot of layups. So 2K just really hurt themselves by doing that, by messing with their motion system. That's on them. They realized their mistake and they're trying to fix that, so that's pretty good. And last but not least, AI enhancements. Now all the AI enhancements is just basically whenever you're playing this is basically for my team, or if you're just playing play now, you know, a lot of the times when the AIs just have no clue what's going on, like it's pretty unfair because it's crazy that you can have a really good rated card on my team or just like a really good defender on play now, and like they just don't know how to properly defend, because at the end of the day, yeah, we're controlling the players, but we can't control all 5 players at once. We can only control one, or we can only switch over. So that's good that they're fixing the AI enhancements, making the AI have the right correct knowledge, like pick up, play under screens, over screens, all that. So there goes the improvement right there. But that's pretty much it, man. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button. Comment your thoughts down below on what you think about these 8 new improved things for 2K19, and it's a good thing that is specifically on gameplay, man. That's all we care about. All we care about is the gameplay being fixed, man. We don't want to see any more blow-by animations. We don't want to be missing easy layups, and we wanted new shot meters or whatever. So now you're giving us the option, and we're pretty much thankful for that. But NBA 2K19 is scheduled to release on September 7th, so it's gonna be lit, man. I will be getting it. But like I said, that's pretty much it. It's your boy J Ranks. I'm out.